Welcome back to the T-Bird News Desk.
Here's the Pledge of Allegiance presented by Leah Washburn, Greta Washburn, Claire Olney, and Ruby Feenan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the T-Bird Top 3. 3 things happening in the high school this week that you should know about. There will be no school Thursday or Friday, so don't even think about showing up.
Second of all, we got this Winter Sports Awards will be happening on Wednesday at 6:30 in the auditorium.
Marking period 4 ends on Wednesday. So, Ms. Armitage, please reconsider that test grade, please.
Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I wanted to pop onto the news desk really quickly today to just kind of touch base a little bit about the bell schedule for next year. Most of you took that survey that we had sent out, and thank you so much. We got a ton of responses, and I was shocked actually at how many of the free responses came through. They were really helpful. So I think we all know that we are looking at the bell schedule. Just to be really upfront with you guys, what has started this conversation is the 80-minute block. And I've gotten a lot of student feedback, especially from older students, that said they really value that. And unfortunately, we share staff now between the high school and the middle school. So we've been doing this for a few years now with this block schedule. And last year and this year, we've had more staff that are in both buildings. And if you remember, in the middle school, they do a period every day. So sharing staff when our schedule is so different, when it's an 80-minute block and it's every other day and it switches between classes, is really tricky. And it's gotten to the point where it's too tricky. So the 80-minute block is not something that we can do next year. That's why when we sent the survey out, I didn't have a question that said, do you want to keep it? Because we can't. But I did want to know what are the benefits people get from it and what are the challenges you get from it and other parts of the schedule, because there are things we have a lot of control over with the schedule for next year, and I want to make sure we're hearing from different people. You guys experience the bell schedule differently than the teachers do, differently than I do. So thank you for that feedback. It's not all doom and gloom. Those of you guys who are feeling sad about the block, there are a lot of things that we can control in the schedule. We have to make some decisions about advisory, about lunch, if we want to add a tutorial or a flex period and when we want to do that. Some of your feedback has made me start thinking about like senior privileges. Are there ways that I can actually structure the schedule so those senior classes are in strategic areas that might make senior privileges a little easier? So all of that is important information. We're going to continue with that. I took the survey data that you guys had submitted and I used AI to summarize it. So the staff and I have looked through some of that, and that's definitely driving the conversation. But I would love to hear a little bit more from you guys about things that you're concerned about or things that you really are hoping that we have with our schedule next year. And not necessarily that I hope we have 1 lunch or 2 lunches or 3 lunches, but I hope that we can figure out ways to manage homework load, stuff like that. So I am going to be in the library today. I'm going to be there for all of L1 and L2, and I've blocked out a bunch of times to push into the library during study halls. Stop by. Let me know what you're thinking of. Let me know what you're worried about, what you're excited about. We'll see how we can build it in the schedule or how I can build it when I do the scheduling over the summer. And I would really love to connect. Thanks, guys.
This is the sports schedule for the week. Practice. Go practice right now! This is the weather for the week. Expect temps to start out higher on Monday, but drop off a cliff tomorrow on Tuesday. They will gradually increase throughout the week, though.
Here's the lunch schedule for the week. Monday we got pizza. Tuesday we got corn dogs and that for National Corn Dog Day. And Wednesday we got Sloppy Joes for National Sloppy Joe Day.
Here are the birthdays for this week. If you see any of these people, wish them a happy birthday.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of T-Bird News Desk.
Have a stupendous 3 days.
And see you on the next episode of the T-Bird News Desk.
Taco Bell. 2-player Fortnite token. And the Sherman Antitrust Act.